Content creating is probably the hardest job ever. I think out of everything else, being a content creator and being in the limelight, content creator is still a musician, it's still an actor.
Absolutely.
It's not. For now on, I don't want any Afrobeats artist performing with DJ. It has to be a live band.
There are single artists.
Yeah.
There are album artists. There are live band performers, and there are backing DJs artists.
You're listening to Adesope Live, the Afrobeats Podcast.
And welcome to a brand new episode of course, Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast, our first podcast of the year. So happy new year to everybody, by the way. I'm Adesope Live, and this is where we discuss the Afropop culture and break down some of the hottest headlines that you've seen or might not have seen or heard. So in case you're joining us for the first time, well, welcome to Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms. That's YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you're getting your podcast from. Hit the subscribe button so you're alerted once every episode is uploaded. Well, and again, shout out to Yanga TV. We're live on Yanga Television now, every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and repeated on Monday at 7 p.m. Big shout out to Yanga TV for that. But before we go into that, welcome once again to one of the behind the scenes on
Guys,
Afrobeats
I was invited back. I heard my fans need me.
Ayo Maurice.
Hello. Happy New
Shout
Year.
outs to Ayo. She's one of the people in the background. Shout outs to LM Media, AfroScene TV. Of course, it's shot here at Afri Media Studios, Willow Studios in the background. So yeah, I'm excited. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Excited for us to get into some of this interesting headlines.
Let's get down to the gist.
Some of them are David and Burna Boy allegedly getting into a tussle in Ghana with Wizkid looking unbothered. Social media war between two alleged kept women by the richest black man in the world. And East Africa's superstar Harmonize publicly thanks Diamond Platinums on social media amidst rumbles of a quiet feud. Obviously, that's the tip of the iceberg. We're getting into the main gist right now. We're starting Ghana, where most of the celebrities hung out during the Christmas and New Year break. Stars like Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boy, Steph London, NSG, Stormzy, and lots more were seen partying and enjoying the beautiful sights and sounds of Accra, especially as many of other places such as the UK were in lockdown. Well, now, as the year saw various social media back and forth between Davido and Burna Boy, it was inevitable that they will run into each other very soon. Now, Davido was in Ghana to perform alongside his brother Stonebwoy, with whom he has a recent hit called Activate, whilst Burna Boy was just on vacation with his missus, Steph London, and the guys. You know how they do. Well, the story making rounds alleges that whilst David and his crew were partying at one of the hottest spots in Ghana in Club Twist, allegedly Burna was seen to have approached David's camp either for a conversation or something else, but hell broke loose as both camps were seen to have thrown a few fists, but the security was quick to calm the situation down, separating the pair before Burna left soon after. Well, videos later hit the world, showing Davido leaving the club with his crew agitated, and in the corner was Wizkid calmly sipping his champagne, looking unbothered. Well, Davido later hit Twitter saying he might quit music, and later we were seen and heard debunking that tweet. He tweeted, I'm about to leave music for Una. But later on he came back and said, that was a joke. Well, let's go into it. Davido and Burna Boy have been back and forth on social media, music, allegedly found.
Why? What's the reason? What is the reason again? I think it's an ego thing.
No, but exactly. So that's the problem with beefs. Most of the time with beefs, you ultimately don't find out what really was the genesis of the problem. Because one thing would have led to another. Somebody would have said something.
Wasn't it when Davido said that he's the biggest artist in...
That's way before that.
Okay,
so the beef must have started earlier on in the year, with Burna Boy and David going back and forth with Instagram throwbacks or whatever. But it was inevitable that both of them were going to run into each other. You remember that time?
I remember that.
And then this Ghana situation happened where, allegedly Burna was in the club and walked straight to David's camp. And, it looked like there was a little bit of a ruffle. Obviously, and the interesting thing before that was shout outs to the UK rapper and popular star Lethal Bizzle, who had posted on Twitter or Instagram before that saying, because Ghana seemed like the only place that was open alongside the likes of Dubai, he was saying, I hope people don't turn Ghana into Dubai where they're fighting and whatever. And 24 hours after that, videos hit media, Davido and Burna Boy. What are your
I feel
thoughts?
like Davido, when you look at the three goats of the game, I feel like Davido is someone that likes to antagonize people. I don't know any of these personally, but I look at this and I think Burna might have said to him, okay, let's talk. And then David might have been like, said something really cheeky. And the thing is, I don't care who you are. You talk shit, you're going to get bagged. So you must have said something.
To be honest
and
with
Burna,
you,
and then Wiz is just the cool cat.
I personally think that David, especially when it comes to Burna Boy or even Wizkid and co, I think David wouldn't have said anything in front of them. But I just think, this is my opinion, by the way, I just believe the tensions have been growing for quite some time. When they ultimately were in the same room, it was a case of, yo, what's going on? You've been chatting. Let's have it. And then you have to add to that the fact that each one of them were in the club with at least 10 men deep.
Yeah.
So not only are you...
It could have even been a friend of his that did a push or did something
or
said
perhaps
something.
even, I heard, confirmed reports from the club that Burna approached David Stable, and that's why I said approached might have been to have a word or something. Initially, nobody knew why. He might have just gone over there and said, yo, bro, what's really going on? But obviously, the minute that the camp sees Burna Boy walking towards, everybody's like, yo, let's get it on, kind of thing. And all of a sudden, social media went crazy. These guys went, first of all, the fact that Ghana has been the spot where everybody's partying, and then now two Nigerian brothers might be ruffling feathers in one of the most popular clubs. What kind of what
example are you saying? Yeah, it's rude. I don't really like celebrities physically fighting. I feel like you guys are at a level, people look up to you and things like that, and it just kind of feels like anyone can. I know emotions arise and we're human, but I think there should just be a grace. Like, everybody was there just having fun. We could have just left it. And if you were really bothered, you can call him up, get his number. You can contact you, say, give me David's number. I can call him up. They have each other's number. I don't really think Burna himself is... I think the way we look at Burna, I think Burna doesn't really care. I think it hurt. I think David's upset about something.
But you have to also understand that Burna has gotten to a position where he displays the attitude of not caring to the public because he knows that if he does show you guys in the public, us in the media, that he does care about certain things, he might get a lot more attention that he wants. And he doesn't want certain attention from
doesn't.
people. He strikes me as the guy that will be like, you know what? I'll leave the chatting on Instagram and we're going to deal with it when we see each other face to face. He strikes me as one of those.
Very Raz.
No. So... Yeah,
I get it.
But apart from the fact that both of them, luckily enough, the situation was settled and both of them went their separate ways. But what really caught social media and went trending worldwide was
Wiz.
The fact that
he's
Wiz,
just the best.
You can't. Did you just see the way he?
I love him. Do you know what Wiz? He is just our goat. You're not gonna see Wiz try. He's gonna look at you like, oh. He's gonna look at you.
I posted on Twitter. I said the video of Wiz sipping his champagne whilst Davido was leaving the club is the physical manifestation of the phrase "no stress."
He's a cool, calm, and collected guy. I don't think I've seen Wiz jump at anyone. I can't remember, but he doesn't have the time. He's the source. He's calm. Look at the music he's been. Look at the album he just released.
The album.
It's a relaxing album. He can't be doing that. Never. Wiz, I love him. He can never.
But how have you felt with being on social media and seeing that Ghana has been absolutely lit this
I mean, the
Christmas
soul
with
in
everybody there.
I'm there next year. I have to by fire by force. I'm there. I'm ready. I'm there. Someone tweeted, and they did an Uber ride from London to Ghana. He said it's $8,000. Who was the guy? Said, let me contribute my P to it. We'll take Uber there. You know what? Yeah. I there's a bit of saltiness to me because I wish Nigeria was just popping like this.
I just think Ghana just took they took a march on Nigeria. They advertised the place well.
I wish it was Nigeria, but
shame.
Shame. Like Nigeria, we had the dirty December, all this palaver. But when you look at Ghana, there's a lot of tourism stuff as well going on. There's a lot of stuff
Absolutely.
that goes on. So it's not even just clubbing.
Yep.
There's a lot of things going on. I think
Sightseeing,
Nigeria doesn't have
culture.
that. So
The funny
it's
thing
a
is
shame.
Nigeria does have it.
It does.
However, the people in positions have failed to
Yeah,
promote and
yeah.
market that as much as the Ghanaians have.
Yeah.
And second of all, the Ghanaians have also done something that Nigeria and the Nigerian government officials haven't done, which is to make sure that people feel comfortable
And safe, yeah.
And safe
People
going
feel
around.
everybody's there
Kumasi,
because
Accra, whatever. You can
even
do it
me
yourself.
as a Nigerian, I wouldn't go to a country in Africa that I'm not. So I wouldn't go to Ghana by myself. I would want to go with a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
But people are just going to Ghana because they're fine. They're safe.
Absolutely.
They're
You
calm.
can-
It's
once
fine.
you touch down, the
There's no
people
problem.
are great.
And
The
then
reception
NSG
is
open up their
incredible.
bar.
Area bar.
Can you imagine
That's amazing.
that? And it just shows Ghana's just accepting of everyone, and you can do it, and it's a good thing. I haven't seen anyone try to open up something from the UK in Nigeria without problems anyway. And I think they always know when you try to build things in Nigeria, there's always issues, like either getting scammed or things like that. So it just seemed that Ghana's just more welcoming and fun, and I'm going to be there next year. So this December, mark my words.
Everybody's going to be there.
I will be
Guess
there.
what? Even though we're in 2021, I just have a feeling like 2020 is just going to start in March.
Well, with everything that's going on now, well, yeah. So, yeah.
Well, from Accra, we head over to the States, where suddenly the richest black man in the world was trending as allegations were made on social media about his personal relationships. With the word Dangote trending worldwide on Twitter, I clicked into it and noticed some interesting story as a lady shared on her Instagram page alleging that she had been in a relationship with the billionaire for a while. She praised him for inspiring her to do better with her life, becoming a homeowner, and lots more. She ended that with sharing his picture at the end of the slides as the man she alleges the relationship with. Following that bombshell on Instagram, another lady shows up on Instagram with a picture that allegedly shows the billionaire laying on her couch with her sending messages to the previous woman who came out calling her sister wife. And I quote, "I'm pretty much saying she got the man now." For clarification, the billionaire is single and hasn't broken any laws or hearts. If all this is true, is he just having a great time with all of that money?
So, first of all,
Talk me through this story.
I think Shopsy thinks I'm a side chick, because the last time I was here we was talking about side chicks, and now we're talking about them again.
No,
but
'cause
they're not really side chicks because he doesn't have a main gist. I don't know if Shopsy's trying to ask me something.
Listen, the thing is, when I saw this story, be honest, who was the first person I messaged? It was you. I was like,
We
yo,
laugh at all of this stuff.
I was like,
The
what is
first
this?
question I had is, how do you get moved to by Dangote? How is that possible?
Listen.
How?
Where?
Where? But then, you know me, queen of investigation, there was bare clubhouse rooms.
Huh.
She went, listen, ladies, if you want to meet a rich person, you need to be in their rich places. The girl was at a car dealership. She was at Mercedes car dealership. And that's
working
where,
there.
I don't know, I think she was buying, I don't know what she was doing. Maybe she was working. I couldn't
That's the
remember.
first lady?
Yeah, the first lady.
Okay.
That's where she met Dangote, in a Mercedes car dealership. So, girls, we don't need to go to all of these
South
Hugo
London clubs.
these South London clubs, these small. No, we need to go to the big places that meet it, because how do you, like, if Dangote saw me, I'd have to bend down to him, like, hello, sir. Like, you can't chat to
Yeah, but
me.
she's African American, so she must have had a different kind of communication
Yeah.
with, which was
I
attractive to
mean,
him.
you know what? He can have fun, but we just look at. I don't know what to say about
First
this.
thing is, why did she feel the need to express
We're going to have this conversation again. Clout! But then the problem is, when I looked at the caption, I didn't know what she was talking about.
Exactly.
What were you saying?
Was she talking about the fact that the relationship was done, or she was talking about the fact that he had
But the
inspired
relationship
her?
wasn't done, because in a few days after that second girl, she posted another thing that they were together again. So I think he's jumping from the two of them. I don't know, but it doesn't matter if you're old. If you got game, you got game. Like, I don't.
But what about I saw
Now
on
the
Twitter,
second girl.
the second girl. What's that?
Now
all
I
about?
think she just wanted a bit of drama because one thing me and Shopsy do, we watch and we look at the followers that come up. I said to Shopsy, look,
her followers went from.
it was less than because I think.
To be careful.
Sorry, I put my hand in my pockets. I think it was New Year's Eve, right? Then when it hit New Year's Day, I said, Shopsy, the followers increased before I said Happy New Year's.
So a lot of them are doing this basically.
I think the first girl was in her feelings. And I think the second girl was
she trying to change.
because then what she did as well, if you looked on her page, she's been posting him on her page, but she deleted it when everyone caught wind because she was somewhere, they were at a jet and he was there. Like, so
and,
I think
she was filming in the background.
Yeah. And then now in the house, and I don't know if that was his bum.
Was
that his bum?
It looked like him.
Daddy, why? Was that your bum? Like,
I think it was.
He
was lying.
There was the clubhouse chat. Everyone kept saying, "I'm just seeing Dangote's bum." Why?
Now this is the extra question. Now, as a billionaire, I was trying to. I will tell you my position as a billionaire who apparently is single, who's coming from Nigeria where having more than one wife is legal.
Yeah.
I don't think at the back of his mind he sees this as a problem, having multiple women have beef with each other. That's if you're a polygamist, that happens every day.
Yeah.
That's the life of a polygamist. That's easy. But what we were thinking, what a lot of people were talking about was as a very influential man who is, like we said, the richest black man in the world.
We didn't think he was out here like that.
Isn't that lack of security? Like the access was kind of easy. Isn't it? Posting him lying down.
But the thing is, someone was like, "Oh, he's yet to comment. He's not gonna." I went on his Instagram page. The last time he posted was 2018. Dangote's yet to comment.
He's 65 years old. What the hell is he commenting about?
He's having fun, and it's one of this is not going to affect him in any way slightest. I think he just thought, okay. He might not have even seen the pictures. He might not have seen it. Like, I don't know. He might not have heard because he's there. He's old. I don't, unless his kids might have told him. We don't know. But I think the picture with the bum, that one you shouldn't have got caught slipping at all. That one was Uncle why, Daddy why, like why,
you know the funny thing?
Why?
Speaking about like it wouldn't affect him. I was watching a documentary on Netflix called David Foster.
Okay.
So he's one of the greatest music songwriters of all time. He wrote "And I Will Always Love You."
Oh yeah.
That guy. And apparently he had done reality television even before the Kardashians. He used to do it way. He'd done LA, Hollywood Wives, all of that stuff. And he was seen to have looked really bad in the shows. So when they interviewed him doing this documentary, I was like, yo, like, that must have been really bad for your image. He was like, yo, if you think about it, with all the hits I've had, Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, I don't think it's going to affect me.
I don't think Dangote is ever going to be broke.
Exactly.
The money is like, I don't know the number, it's too long.
Exactly.
So in the clubhouse rooms,
when he walks into rooms.
In the clubhouse rooms, they were just saying that he just might chuck a small 10K.
10K?
What's that? That's
150K.
But apparently people did say he's stingy. I don't know, but this is just different people with their stories.
But those girls were kind of happy.
Yeah.
That one was praising the first.
I'd be happy for 10K. Do you know how much hair I can buy?
Let's talk about this hair thing. What's this straight bone? What is that? Why are people, the new hair that women are talking about on Instagram,
wait, what
some straight hair, and that's cost £1,000 or whatever. Why are people what is it with this hair that's costing so much money with women?
Scammers. Because it's scam because let me tell you something. Ladies, we know about AliExpress. I can get good hair for maybe £150. £150.
£150?
No, it's still a lot. It's still a lot. But I mean, it depends. You can really, if you find an event like this hair, I could buy it for £100. Let's say from AliExpress. Someone will get the same thing and charge it for £5,000, and someone will still buy it.
Is it?
That's what. Before, when we were younger, we didn't know where the source of the vendors were. We used to go and buy them from people, but then someone leaked the source, and now AliExpress is here. But the wig game, there's money in the wig game. There's big money because we like to look good. I look great today, so it's the game. But back to Dangote. I mean, if you want to move to me, you can move to me. I'm not going to give you anything, but you can give me a bit of cash. Let me invest in something, and here we go.
But the first lady was very happy. She apparently has bought 2 houses.
Yeah, but what?
Mixing with the richest man in the world.
Do you want me to say it again? What was the I don't
What was
understand.
the
What was she?
reason?
I kept rereading. That's what I said. I kept rereading the caption. I didn't understand what she was saying. She wasn't angry.
Was she talking
She
about
wasn't
the
upset.
heartbreak?
She just said the guy, he's broken my heart in millions of ways. Of course he has. He's 65 years
busy,
old.
and
He's busy.
He's busy.
Does he speak English?
Of course he does.
I didn't think he spoke English.
What's wrong with you?
Because he just looks so.
No, he's finely educated. He's been in business since his father was like a billionaire.
Yeah.
But he's been in business since the 80s as well. He's led his
God,
own
I
company.
see what you're doing for others. I see what God's doing for others. I'm here. I need my billionaire.
That's the comment that women make when they see other women.
I see what you're doing for others.
God, do for me.
Because if she could just get a billion, I need. Do you know what? I don't need to buy a car. But I'm gonna be just chilling in Mercedes and BMWs and just be like, oh, what are you doing here? Just chilling. And wait for someone to run. Oh, hi. Because
but there are a lot of fake billionaires out here. And that's the danger. You're gonna meet a couple of these guys that say they have this and they have that and they can't pay shishi.
then get out my face. Get out my face.
Well, on that note, we wrap up that. But he's bummed though. Let's just get into the
Abaya. He's a big man. They kept saying,
but it's not his fault. She was the one that put
pull
him
up
out.
your trousers.
No, but listen, he was on the couch.
Do you walk around in your house with your bum?
You can. It's
No,
your
do
house.
you walk around your house with your bum? You don't.
I don't.
You wear your shorts at least.
But listen, it's your house.
Yeah,
And
but
you're
I'm
with
asking
your
you, do you
woman.
walk around with your
I've got
bum?
kids. So I won't just want to be walking around willy-nilly, here and there. But
He was so comfortable.
But he's with his woman in the house. He should be comfortable. Now the question, the who's done wrong here is the woman.
I think that second girl was the wrong one.
She was the one that put intimate stuff out.
Because that one, at least the first girl, they did a nice selfie. So they
was
went
a
to
nice
dinner.
little selfie.
You went to show his bum. We didn't want to see that got his bum.
Listen, man, let's just move away from this, man. So from the United States of America, we go to Tanzania, East Africa, where there has been rumors for over a year that two of the biggest stars in Diamond Platnumz and his protege Harmonize had been involved in a quiet battle for the soul of Tanzania for a while. Now, Harmonize was discovered by Diamond Platnumz and signed him to the label Wasafi, elevating him to superstardom. Well, since Harmonize became a star, rumors started that all wasn't well within the camp. And shortly after, Harmonize left to start off his own label, Konde Gang, I believe it is. Now, everyone carried on doing their thing, with Diamond dominating the scene from east to west and having a stronghold on East African part of Africa, or on the eastern part of Africa. But Harmonize isn't too far behind, having a lot of success too. Fast forward to 2020, once it hit the new year, Harmonize shared a picture of Diamond Platnumz on his Instagram page, thanking him for giving him a shot and making him a star, saying, and I quote, "Everything I do now and my drive for success is to make you proud," declaring undying love and respect for his brother Diamond Platnumz. Without a shadow of a doubt, these are two of the biggest guys in the world who are completely shutting down the music game and doing bits. However, from the fact that they partnered, the rumors have been there that these guys might have beef, blah, 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 blah. Nobody really could confirm that until Harmonize left the label, and now until he put that picture up with all that long caption on there. Did you follow the story, and what are your thoughts on this kind of quiet?
I mean, if there's an issue, they should just say if there's an issue. I think it's hard. Being a celebrity, everyone speculates everything.
Absolutely.
So you never know. That's why even certain celebrities say they can't even get involved in like Twitter banter or anything like that because
people take it, the
take
other way
things
around.
out the other way around, and you never know. So if there's an issue, they should just air it out. If there's not, then they just keep it moving.
The way Harmonize had put the post up, it definitely shows that there's a little bit of an issue.
Tension, yeah.
Diamond hasn't said anything. Unfortunately, what's up, my people? My name is Adesope, the aka Shops You Do, aka the Energy God, and I'm officially on Fanbiz. Now, Fanbiz is a partner of Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast. So you can hit me up on there if you have any questions about getting into the music industry, about the Afrobeats culture, and I'll specifically speak to you. Like I said, I'm giving free advice on Fanbiz at the moment, so make sure you join Fanbiz and hit me up for more information. Since Harmonize left the label, he's pretty much been walking in Diamond's footsteps in a way. You know, he's kind of obviously learned from his boss. He's doing the same thing. He has a strong relationship with the government in Tanzania as well. He's built his brand incredibly well. He shoots the same type of behind the scenes video on Instagram. He shows thousands of fans adoring him just the same way they adore Diamond Platnumz.
Yeah.
So people have instantly pit them against each other.
Of course.
They're two male giants in the East African scene. But my thing is this, and that's always relevant when it comes to Afrobeats and Afropop in Africa. Once there is one big star, it's almost like we don't want a next one, and we start to put them against
1 minute
each
we
other.
want to see everyone win, and the next minute it's like, oh, they're copying you. It's hard. It's just hard.
What can the entertainers do? That's the first question to you. And second of all, what can people in our positions, like the media, people that are constantly talking about this, putting spotlights on these people, what should we be doing to try to avoid, because sometimes it looks like it's the media and the fans that actually push this beef together.
But it's hard. When you're in the media, it's part of the job.
Content.
It's part of the job. And unfortunately, you can't say that, oh, every newspaper, we shouldn't ever talk about bad things. Or we shouldn't ever do a little bit of twisting or anything, because it's just part of our jobs. It's part of their jobs. They have to do something that twists things.
That looks at it a little bit funny.
Just because you want the hits, you want the streams, you want people to look at your page, you want the hits. So it's unfortunate we have to do that. I think with the two of them, if there is real beef, they should sort it out. If not, just do something cheeky, upload a picture of both of you together and act like there's nothing going on.
There.
If you don't want anyone to know, that you have to just act like nothing's going on and then just keep it stepping.
It must be said that Diamonds has neither did he like, comment, or respond.
And that's the best
the
thing.
post.
I think that's the best thing.
Silence.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Silence is but people forget about it.
Wow. Well, from East Africa, we head over to the United Kingdom, where disappointing footage went viral. A video with social media personality and comedian Big Tipper, where his mother can be heard complaining of him being at home and sort of insinuating that it was a disappointment and should get a job. In the video, she also made references to his mates doing better with the phrase a lot of Africans might have heard from their parents in the past, such as, look at your mates. Since the video went viral, social media responded positively to the video with lots of words of support for the comedian, and some of his friends, such as popular comedian Don't Jealous Me, Tolu, instantly visited Big Tipper, ultimately sharing a message to the world that Tipper was fine and just needed help, support, and prayers to get back on his feet. Let's talk about that. You know, I personally didn't see the video, but I saw screenshots of it. I didn't want to see the video because for some reason I just felt like maybe I might be too disappointed with just because of how people were reacting.
From the video, he only filmed himself. He didn't film his mum.
But you can hear the mother's voice.
I think he dropped something. He broke something.
Yeah.
That's just what happened. I think he dropped a cup or dropped a plate. So the mum was shouting about that. Then she just went into a tangent. Oh, look what you're doing. You haven't done anything. You're giving me stress in my life. You're not bringing any money. All of this stuff that Africans do. And it's a very, we can have this conversation for the next 4 hours about it. It's hard because there's two sides. Being African, we understand that our parents do put pressure on us. Being Nigerian, I can talk for Nigerians.
Absolutely.
They put pressure on us to be successful because they always say they don't want you to be
a failure.
Yeah, and not
to go
be
through what they
went through. They want things easier. And another thing is the mum could be going through her own issues, and a lot of African parents, they do let out their own issues onto their kids. They do that a lot. That she could be struggling through something, and that was just a trigger that made her lash out on him. Now, from those who know Big Tipper, he was doing comedy, he was doing a lot, and then he was
a popular social media comedian during the early years of Snapchat, the 15-second videos. He used to do
all of those things.
He used
Vine,
to do a lot of short clips that were very, very funny at a younger age.
And I think,
all of a sudden, it disappeared.
But one thing with African parents, they want to see the money coming in. I've noticed that with them. It doesn't matter really and truly necessarily what you're doing, but if he's doing comedy, because she used to be a part of his comedy sketches when we used to watch it. If he was doing comedy and he was making a lot of money from it, I don't think she'll be saying that. I think she just felt like he's been at home. He's still young as well. Yeah. He's been at home, and maybe aunties as well. How's your son? He's in the doctor. He's doing this. So it's all of this thing that she's going pressure, brag, and a lot of parents are not Western. They don't get it because my parents are quite Western, so they don't really have that type of mentality to me. They do give me lectures, but they wouldn't insult me or say things to make me feel bad because we're all going through something. I think that she might not have meant it. I'm not her, so I don't know. She might not have meant it. It might have been out of frustration.
But what about his side of the story, in the sense that this is somebody that really had a lot of success earlier on in the in the social media world with comedy and stuff, and then he disappeared as a lot of people have said that he went off social media. I even met him once, I think it was 2015 during the Davido UK tour. He spoke to me candidly about taking time off social media because he felt like, people within the industry were not giving him his just dues.
Yeah.
And the opportunities that were presented to him at that time wasn't what he felt that he deserved. And obviously struggling with that type, because you and I both know that being in that space or being in the creative industry and you're not making money and things are a little bit hard and people don't want to pay you what you think you're worth, and all that can be very depressing and demoralizing. How do you get out of
content creating? Is probably the hardest job ever. I think out of everything else, being a content creator and being in the limelight, content creator is still a musician, is still an actor.
Absolutely.
It's not just influencing. Anyone who does things on like that is a content creator. It's hard. Because I was saying earlier, not everyone's a creator. There are just normal people that do that. They wake up, that consume, and because as soon as you come into the limelight, they forget that you're human. So there's some days that you have burnout. You just don't have nothing to create. There's sometimes you might be ill. Something could have happened to your life that you don't. I have social media breaks. Everyone has a social media break because sometimes
I'm having one.
Sometimes there's just things that go online that's heavy. When Black Lives Matter happened, I had to take a break because it's too much. When people talk, you know what I mean? Me Too movement is too much. Yeah. He could have been in a stage where he might not have posted for 1 week for whatever reason. Everyone's in his ear. Tipper, we need you. Because now everyone's saying, Tipper, we need you. And he himself might be going through something. And now he's struggling with whether he needs to take time out for himself or really please people.
Or what kind of content? Again, another fear is you personally start to question yourself that is this content
good? Is this not good? Because then you see someone that might copy you and then they're doing better. Or you might see, your white counterpart, they're copying you and see your ideas and doing better and they're blowing. And you're thinking... Oh, and unfortunately, social media makes you feel like everybody's doing something and everybody's popping. And it's not like that. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not like that. I might look at someone else who does PR and they're getting all the biggest artists and they're successful, and I'm sitting there thinking, but
they're doing it for free.
They're doing it for free, and my one artist, I'm charging P. We're not gonna go there, but we could. Do you know what I mean? And it's hard because you compare. Unfortunately, everybody compares themselves to everyone. Yeah. I look at people that are not in my field, and I'm like, that all these influencers that get in flats and houses. I'm not leaving my house anytime soon. Do you know what I mean? Facts. Because it's not easy. But I'll look at people that are younger than me, and they've got their apartment. I'm thinking, I'm older than this person by 5 years.
So that means there's self-pressure, then there's pressure from the community, pressure from your audience, pressure from your family.
Yes, and your family. And then who do you talk to? Because I have sisters, so I talk to my sisters. But if I was an only child, I probably could be going through things because our parents, as much as they want to help us, they don't. No one ever knows what's going on. You don't understand. Yeah. My mum and dad wouldn't understand certain things. So
different worlds.
It's hard. So he might feel like it's just. I don't know his family in it, but it could just be him and his mum. Yeah. I don't know if there's a father figure. Yeah. So he's thinking he's got nobody to talk to, and people move forward.
All his colleagues and everybody's doing their own thing.
No one's heard of him. It was good that Don't Jealous Me came to see him, but we haven't heard of them to do his things in a while. So okay.
What about? Yes, it's like you said. It's a great thing that Tolu. Shout outs to Tolu Don't Jealous Me for reaching out and going to check his brother even before he did anything on social media.
But nobody else did that.
But what about the fact that the 3-4 years when he was missing, some of the compatriots that they used to do content together, how about, just reach out, maybe let's collaborate and
but then stuff. Even with that, those people as well, how do we know they're not going through things? That's the unfortunate problem. Life is evolving. It's fast money. Everything is fast. They say that humans, we get bored after 3 seconds online. Everything just goes fast. He was with Mike's Comedy, Olofi Pence, all these people. I haven't heard from them anymore. And we don't know what's going on with any of them. Do you understand? So it's like, Don't Jealous Me took a break.
Yeah.
He took a break. He's a bit older now, so he knows his craft's a bit different.
He had to kind of like...
Yeah, so I think with Tipper, and I have him on Snapchat, so he, even just yesterday, he has had quite a few issues for the past year. We've been noticed on his Snapchat that everybody's been noticing that he's been doing something. And he was with someone yesterday and they did say to him that he's just feeling very depressed. So they said,
Overwhelmed.
let's just do words of encouragement. So a lot of people were replying back to him and snapping him. And there was a guy saying he's going to rehabilitation in a couple of weeks' time. He's getting his help. People just giving him words of encouragement and whatnot. But it's funny because you give words of encouragement. If he does something wrong now, we're all going to chastise him. So it's like,
That's the social media. But what about a word of encouragement to our parents out there to kind of just take it easy sometimes? I'm a parent, like I said.
Take it easy, yeah.
And there's sometimes, like, my oldest child, like, when I'm like, oh, man, you got to be careful because, your sister's, she's watching you and stuff like that. So there's subconscious pressures that we put. So how
I think it's down to us as well to be able to actually force a conversation with your parents, because I'm Nigerian as well, but at my stage now, I can sit and talk to my parents. We still don't get, we can still butt heads and not get along, but it took a while for me and my sister to be like, look, we don't like it. This is what's going on, because Nigerians, we shout too much. I think it's just a part of being Nigerian. Like, if you're Nigerian, the criteria to be Nigerian, shout. And I'd be like, but why are you shouting? Okay, I didn't wash the plate. Why are you shouting at me? Do you know what I mean? I think you've got to, the older you get, the older our parents get. We have to sit down. And now, me and my sister, we communicate a lot better with our parents, because we really sat and I was like, Mum, Dad, this is what I don't like. This is what I do like. So now, if my mum wants to come and yell at me, before she starts saying,
she checks herself.
Ayo, please come here. And she'll cuss me out, but she won't shout.
She'll do it on a different level.
And I'll be like, Mum, thank you. I appreciate that. You didn't shout, but that still hurt what you said. But they've kind of learned. So I think it's down to us as the younger generation to really sit with our parents and be like, I know what you guys went through back in the day, because parenting in Nigeria is hard. They don't know anything other than just beating, They just smack, and it's not good. And I think some parents did go through trauma with their parents in Nigeria, so they don't know how to kind of change that. They think, okay, well, my dad beat me with whips and belts and chains and I'm fine, so I can do the same thing to you. But it's different because now we're more into our feelings. We understand mental health, we understand emotions. So I think it's down for our age to sit and talk to our parents and be like, do you know what? I don't like that. And this is actually what's going on. Tipper might not have ever had a conversation with his mum and said, this is what's going on in my mind. His mum could just think he's just loafing about doing nothing. If he sits and probably speaks to his mum and says, this is what's going on, she might understand and be like, okay, cool. How can we work and move forward? And I think that's what everyone needs to understand with their parents, to really sit and have a conversation and try and move forward with your life.
Well said, Ayo Maurice. Well, from London, we head to South Africa, where superstar musician Busiswa intelligently claps back at Twitter trolls who make comments on her makeup and outfit. So the story goes like this. Busiswa posted pictures of her in bikini by the poolside, just having fun, and someone on Twitter had something negative to say about her makeup and asked her to wear sunscreen, to which Busiswa responded, and I quote, "Thank you, Principal. I wore my sunscreen and my face bit and I swam. How was your day?" End quote. Yep. After that tweet, another person tweeted at the star saying that her outfit wasn't matching, and then one went on to say that he missed her old body, to which Busiswa responded, "Don't stress yourself about my body, young man. No matter how tempted you are, don't do that." Has to be mentioned that Busiswa has been also seen partying with Naira Marley on a yacht in Nigeria and visiting Niniola, to where they were positively kind of engaging with each other. Now, let's talk about this body shaming. Let's talk about Busiswa's response to the Twitter trolls.
Her response was great. I don't know. I feel like people think they could just say whatever they like and not get cussed back. That's the problem. Is because they feel like they won't see you on the streets. Because if we're both from London, I can come and catch you. Do you know what I mean? But because they're from South Africa, you feel like I can just say what you like.
Just go.
It's unfair. Like I said, they're human, so they're allowed to do what they like. You can make mistakes with your appearance and whatever, but it's not down for you to keep criticizing celebrities. And that's the problem with celebrities, influencers. We think they're not human and they don't have feelings.
You could just say anything.
You can't be doing that, because if someone says that to you, you're not gonna like it. When you're in the limelight, you just have to have the tough skin, stop body shaming. We can do, we've gone other days where we care about being skinny or thin. I think that phase is kind of gone now.
Yeah.
We don't really care about being skinny. Yeah. It's gone now. So it's just kind of being, if she's confident herself, then it is what So then I don't care. You don't know me. And you're not going to buy a ticket to my show, so why should I care what you're saying?
And people as well, another thing that I noticed, because the guy that was also talking about her body, and perhaps the one that spoke about her makeup and her bikini outfit, saying it wasn't matching, were men.
Men stay out of women's business. Men stay out of women's business. Because
That's
if you're on
embarrassing.
Twitter, men are always just getting involved in what? Why?
Yeah.
Find your own wife and criticize her. And when your daughter comes, criticize her too. In fact, ask what your mum.
Wait,
Because I know your mum's wig's not nice. And I know she's using black eyebrow pencil instead of brown. This is what I'm saying. Look at yourself before you look at other people.
Me as a guy, when I saw that it was men that was speaking,
It's always men.
about
But it's their
her
mums that have the
makeup
rose tattoos.
Is there a problem with a rose tattoo? I don't know.
You know the aunties that have rose tattoos are always on smoke. They're always on smoke. They're gonna fight you in the kitchen in the hall party. They're always on smoke. Always. You can't get extra rice and be like, I'm going back. I'm serving my table. You know when you go to a hall party, they bring their own coolers on the table. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Men,
the whole party. That's why I said the aunties from South London.
The whole party is impeccable. They have the roast tattoo there and there. There's the chafing dishes there, but they have their own cooler on the table, and the food's always nicer. Every time I go, they've got nice meats. On the back, you can't take it because you don't know them. It's the ones with the rose tattoos.
Listen, this obviously just shows you.
Sorry for going on a tangent.
There are too many Nigerians. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's people's moms.
Yeah.
Like this is like a Nigerian problem, obviously.
Yeah.
Because once we go into those hall parties, the aunties that show their skin, I've got the rose tattoos.
They're like,
they don't play.
Where's your husband? Oh, you're not married yet. Oh, you're gaining weight. Okay. Because I know you're not that skinny as well. But anyway, we're not going to do that. I just think...
What about that, though? What about... I was actually speaking to a friend of mine. Shout out to MV. I was talking to her. She said, like, once it's Christmas and she hangs around some family members, she already knows
that's why people don't like Christmas. That people don't like family or Christmas.
Where's your boyfriend? What's that?
Ask your dad why he was in LA Lounge chatting to girls. Because you just... Listen, focus on yourself. Aunties, and it's funny because I had a conversation with my auntie about this because she criticized like one of her niece saying she gained weight, and her daughter said, "Mum, you don't say that." Then when the auntie went to her mum's house, the mum said to her, "You've gained weight." So the daughter was like, "See, Mum, you don't like that now, but you did it to our cousin." Do you know what I mean? I know they initially, I don't think it comes from malice. It's just their type of conversation, and they just say it.
Where's your boyfriend?
But that's the problem now because even my mum got married. She always says, "Oh, I got married when I was your age." I said, "Yeah, and I'm happy I'm not married yet." Do you know what I mean? They get married really young, and ask them if they really enjoyed that marriage. They probably didn't. So at 26, I'm really enjoying the life of no stress. I'm not thinking about getting married. I think aunties, they just can't help it. Oh, you gained weight. Okay. Oh, you're too skinny. Oh, you're getting a bit dark. Oh, where's your husband? Where's yours? Because he's not in this whole party with you. Being Nigerian is tough. Being a female Nigerian is tough. Being a firstborn female Nigerian is tough.
Say, preach. Preach.
But going back to our good sis, enjoy your life.
This is why she shut them down.
Good. Because people are too critical. And you just don't know what everyone's... we keep saying this every time. We don't know what everyone's going through. Imagine you're just enjoying life, then someone calls you fat and someone calls you ugly. You're sitting there thinking, am I really fat and ugly? Yeah. And unfortunately, we do... No matter how tough or strong you are,
there will be moments when things
hurt you. Yeah,
absolutely, man. Shout out to Bosiso as well. She gave us an incredible interview.
Yep. Make sure you watch that.
There. You could definitely go and catch that. She spoke about Mandela. Spoke about just growing up in South Africa. That the struggles. I'm a piano. Yeah. Just an incredible talent of a woman, man.
Yeah,
definitely check that out. Now. From South Africa, we head back to Nigeria, where singer Runtown responded to a tweet during a question and answer session where he was asked who wrote the monster hit Aye by Davido, to which he responded that he did. Now, this became a story as a few days before that tweet, a video went viral showing Davido giving the writing and production credit to the producer T-Spice, who Davido had run into whilst holidaying in Ghana. Well, since the monster hit came out years ago, there had always been stories that the Mad Over You crooner Runtown helped pen the hit single before going on to collaborate with Davido on the hit single Galado. Must be said that since Runtown's tweet, neither Davido or T-Spice has responded to refute the claims made by Runtown in the now infamous tweet. Now, Did you first of all see the video with Davido saying that T Spice?
Yeah.
Because to me, it looked like David was almost just trying to say, T Spice was heavily involved in the creation of that song.
Yeah.
I don't think he really meant to say, oh, he wrote the record or whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously,
Perception,
social media,
yeah.
once we saw the video, everybody ran with it. And people instantly started tweeting at Runtown and in a question and
What did
answer
Runtown want to get from this? I think we have to keep asking this question all the time. If he wrote the song, if he did write the song and he's got writer's credit, then okay.
Sometimes, I think, unfortunately, you might feel like, just as the audience, the media and the fans took from that video with Davido saying, T Spice wrote this and whatever, we took from it that he was giving him credit for it. Runtown, maybe probably in his private room, was thinking,
but if he wrote it and he already is credited by paper, then what's the problem? There's so many songwriters out there. There's so many that are in silent that are making money. So if he wrote the song and if you do the Google check or whatever and it says there. This is the thing, you want clout, you want the physical. I'd rather be fine collecting the P's than everyone's arguing. They could be, oh, did you do it? I don't know, but I've got the money in my account that I've done it, and it's fine. And
what if he doesn't have the credit and he's not getting the money in his account?
Well, then that's another conversation.
Would you react the way he did?
Definitely. So then maybe that's the case. But if he's credited and it's there and people know him as a good songwriter in the industry, I don't think it should have affected him. But I think you only call it out if you've not been credited.
For me, I just think that if you look at the video, it looked like a kind of harmless situation where Davido was just saying, yo, this guy was part of one of my biggest, if not the biggest record I've ever had in my life. And this is
Do you think that was his biggest record?
Do you remember when he came into the O2 arena? When he was floating?
with the angels.
Did you see?
Yeah, that was a good song.
I'm having goosebumps right now.
That was a good song.
Thinking about how that affected. I was looking at people in the crowd that were actually shedding tears.
Yeah.
Because not only was that the perfect record to step
that was
into
good.
that,
Yeah, that was a
but
good
it
show.
was also a moment for us Afrobeats fans that, we're in the O2 singing Aye with one of our biggest stars. So it is, it's arguably, you have to put it there with Skeleu, If, For, and Fire, because
those
that
are the biggest,
those are monster records that David could wake up tomorrow, go to Helsinki, and he'll still get thousands of fans singing back to him.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why the question always comes back to the table, that who wrote this single, how did you get the record? But every time I listen to that record now, I think about the O2 entrance. Him in his swagged out jacket on that big elevated kind of like stage.
That was a good show. Yeah.
Shout outs to composers as well. The backing was crazy on that. Man.
For now on, I don't want any Afrobeats artist performing with a DJ. It has to be a live band.
But that's a different conversation, though. But we have to be honest, Ayo, that not every artist can do that.
It depends on your music. Then don't do a concert.
No, again, we also there are single artists.
Yeah.
There are album artists. There are live band performers, and there are backing DJs artists, and we have to allow. Listen, I go to rap shows.
I was going to say. Do you know what I'm going to say to you? What? Do you remember the concert? I had a throwback of Next in.
I was there.
I know. That was the.
That's the best show.
That's the best show I've ever
was there
been to.
live
And
band?
it's the DJ that was so good.
That's it. So I go to, do you know yesterday
Next was good.
For the first time in like almost a year, I actually was like, I miss my underground shows. Those type of
miss it.
Like I go and watch rappers. So I go watch Royce the 5'9". I go into this little venues in London and I'm just there and it's
and
the
Next
DJ.
for the opening act.
They're crazy. Look at that. You had Donald Jones, you had Next, you
And
had
Rough
Rough Ends, you had all these things. And those are examples of artists that kill the stage with a backing DJ.
Yeah.
So it's about practice, performance. People like Drake, he only has a DJ and sometimes a drummer in the background.
Yeah.
But his performance is not weak.
Yeah.
It's not whack. And most of the American rappers, or perhaps even dancehall artists from Jamaica, they are crazy with that. But it's just Afrobeats. Some Afrobeats artists don't know what to do with themselves.
We have bondage with talking drum. because when the go-go comes, that's it.
Yeah, that's why Adekunle is he has a different vibe.
Very.
You know.
Mayokun did it clean.
Yeah,
that one.
Mayokun was crazy.
That
too.
talking drummer, wherever he is, we need you.
Was crazy. Adekunle go crazy with the talking drums.
Yeah.
And I think, the live performances, particularly those that are great at it, we need to encourage them to do more.
Yeah.
Your Yemi Alades, your
Yeah.
Adekunle Golds,
Yeah.
Your Burna Boys, those that
We love
really,
to dance. It makes us dance.
because we're Africans.
Yeah.
So once we hear the drums and the live percussions and the guitars and the strings, we jump up and we're super excited. But if you can't do it, perfect your DJ performance nothing.
Because even next this show, the DJ wasn't just playing the tracks; he was doing mixing and mastering.
Yeah, he was like a backing vocalist.
Yeah, he did a lot. They rehearsed a lot.
Yeah,
that was a good show.
That was a great
they
show.
Need to come back.
Yeah. So staying in Nigeria, where UK/Nigerian singer Notes has been seen lately hanging out for Christmas. Now, the singer has been making good use of his time back home with family and seen in the studio with Patoranking, DJ Spinall, Bankuli, to name a few. Most importantly, Notes has been hugely giving back home, starting with a meal drive in the heart of Lagos, Surulere, feeding over 250 people, handing out lots of brand new clothing, including around 100 pairs of sneakers, and opening more clean water boreholes built in other cities such as my hometown of Ibadan by his foundation called Clem Foundation. Now, the singer, whose private life is always the subject of the media, as seen in recent times, never gets these good deeds publicized. Now, so his good deeds like this go unnoticed. Finally, he also was seen meeting the governor of Ogun State, discussing youth empowerment with the state governor. Now, shout out to Notes for the great work back home, and a special mention has to go out to the good brothers Bankuli and Abu Ebel, who also assisted with his individual projects in Nigeria. You and I spoke about, the last time he hit the media with all sorts of blogger stories or whatever. But he's continuous. This is the second year that Notes has been in Nigeria, opening more boreholes and giving back to the community. But it looks like nobody talks about that. First of all, what are your thoughts about his continuous drive to give back home? And second of all,
I think it's good. I find it very weird when you make so much money. It's like you have to. It's always good to give. It's in the Bible. You need to give. Do something. It's always good to do charity work. And I feel like when you have loads of money and you've bought your car, let's give back. House. Do you know what I mean? I know wherever I get to, I want to give back to Nigeria. It's just your hometown. If I don't give back to Nigeria, then I'll charities in London. It's always good to just give back because you were given the opportunity to be successful.
Yep.
And so the next thing you need to do is you either thank God and then you give back. That's just what you need to do.
Absolutely, man. And I also just think that people like this, showing that they're giving back and the media covering this type of stuff also encourages a lot
other
of us
people to do it.
So
because
that's
they're just
why
using the money on Balenciagas.
Not only did we see him with the kids, giving them food and trainers and whatever, going back to his borehole, drinking fresh water from that, I also saw him in a clip that I posted on social media where he was playing with the kids, on the swing and just really enjoying himself.
We're all human. If we die tomorrow, we're all just in the ground. Like, don't think you're better than anybody else. I know you are financially, maybe your status or anything, but at the end of the day, we're all one. We're human.
Absolutely.
If you die tomorrow, did you ever see the coffin of someone that he put all his jewelry and everything in the coffin with him, and they buried him with all his jewelry and his Rolexes? What do you know what I mean? Like,
they're gonna come. The thieves are gonna come back
and take it.
Take them.
And take it. I would if I was there. I need a Rolex. But do you know what I mean? It's good to just really. It's really good to just. There's some of these kids in Africa. They're struggling or It's good just to give them a smile.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with helping people and smiling. If you don't, he might not have a big family. We never know. He sees his kids, they're happy. It doesn't take anything to just play.
And apart from that, one of the other things that I talk about all the time, especially, like for people like myself growing up in Nigeria, it's not like most of the stars and celebrities that we looked up to came close to us like that. They never came to the schools to talk.
And they should do that. They should.
So nowadays, when you're seeing, a notes that you're listening to, now is in Surulere.
You feel connected.
Come on.
You feel connected.
It also inspires you to think, I can do this.
I can do that, exactly. It's a good thing. So, I'm happy for him.
Very, very well done. Now, from Nigeria, we head back to Ghana, where popular controversial singer Patapaa got married to his German fiancée this past week. Now, the singer who hit the headlines about 2 years ago during his European tour that his promoters complained of his marijuana smoking habits being too expensive whilst on a Europe tour, which led to their separation during the time. They claimed he was doing €80 euros worth of marijuana a day. Anyway, turns out he met his wife during the ill-fated tour in 2019. Well, fast forward to 2021, both got married and instantly questions were raised by the public if the marriage was legitimate, as Leah Miller's family members weren't seen at the ceremony. Now, however, during an interview after the ceremony on OKFM in Ghana, Leah spoke confidently about her family's involvement in the wedding, saying Patapaa fulfilled expectations by asking her parents in Germany for her hand in marriage as he traveled with his manager to get the approval from her mother. Now, Leah also spoke about the marriage's legitimacy, saying if either hers or his family was against this wedding, then it wouldn't have gone ahead, as marriage was between families and not only couples. She also said she had family present at the wedding, as her uncle and dad's friend represented her father at the wedding, but they weren't visible to the public because they couldn't speak English, hence taking a back seat. Now, it must also be said that after the wedding, Patapaa was asked by a broadcaster in the presence of his wife, who is German, why he left all the big backsides in Ghana for a white woman. Her words, not mine. And he responded by saying, in quote, female privates are the same everywhere. But you can imagine he said it in a more descriptive fashion and colorful language than that. When I saw that,
Men are the weakest link. They're just the weakest link.
you know the funny thing? That was the first clip I saw on social media. Just him stepping off from the marriage, and this woman said whatever she was saying in her language. I wasn't sure whether it was Ga or Tui or whatever, but I knew that there was some nonsense on that conversation. I sent it to my Ghanaian friend. Shout out to my sister Ricky. She's the one that breaks down all the stories. When I have an eye to spot that. Nah, there's something a little bit shaky with this conversation. And she said, listen, she broke it down. She said, you can imagine the colorful language he used, that all privates all around the world are the same, regardless of whether it's Ghanaian.
How would you know? Has he tried all of that?
Listen, first of all, what are your thoughts about, Patapaa, all of a sudden coming out of the woodwork, getting married to a lady from Germany? Obviously, people are saying my man is trying to secure, the European status and stuff like that.
This country's who wants to be in Europe anymore? So everyone should just stay JJ where they want to be. Because look what's going on in London right now.
London is long.
Might as well just go stay where you are. I don't know. I mean, if he's happy, he's happy.
Absolutely. He looks happy. And I must say that big shout outs to his wife. Did you watch the interview?
No.
There's an interview that she did on OK FM after the marriage, and she spoke confidently and very genuine as well.
That's the thing.
She answered every controversial question with a clear and definitive answer. And I think if there's anybody that doubts her, specifically her intentions towards that marriage, once you watch that interview and you hear from the lady speak, you definitely believe everything, at least from her side, is 1,000% genuine. And I have to give a big shout out to her, because she's been thrown in, it's almost like being thrown in the lion's den.
Yeah.
You go over to Ghana and people are saying this, a lot of people are throwing jokes and whatever, but you still come out that dignified with your response. That takes some.
It's between them two, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, wrapping up the headlines this week is a tweet from iconic Nigerian singer Wande Cold saying he is misunderstood. Now, the singer also tweeted that even though he sings in Yoruba, Pidgin, and English, he still feels that people don't get him or don't understand him. Now, celebrities and fans responded to the tweets saying one day is missed in the scene. Some saying he doesn't get enough credit for his accomplishments. And Burna Boy tweeted that he misses his brother too. First question to you. Do you think Wande Cole gets enough credit for what he's done within the culture?
I think within the Nigerian culture, definitely, because everybody says he's underrated. But I think everybody says that because everybody seeks for international improvement.
Yeah.
Improve what the word is.
Yeah.
Nobody in Nigeria can open them.
Table.
Nobody in Nigeria can open their mouth and say Wande Cole is shit. Nobody can say that.
You need to watch your words too. You know we're live on TV.
We're live. Oh my God.
Well, yeah, I gotta tell
sorry.
you. So you've got at least 2 cuss words.
Sorry. Nobody can say that he's not
rubbish.
a good artist. But I think because they want him to tour like the Burner and the David, as usual, we always compare them. But in hands, really and truly, he should be on that level, the four of them. I think as well, he had a break. And unfortunately, in this industry, when you have a break, it's either you come back stronger, you've just gone back into the shadows. And I think he took a bit of a break because we didn't hear from him for a while.
Yeah.
Then he came back. And I think he came back at a time where there was so many artists and it was hard. It was hard. Like before, we just had like the Wande Cole, Burner, Wiz, David, a few other, but now we have so much artists that it's hard to keep up, and we have new fans of Afrobeats that are not just African, that don't know the old school. If you ask an Afrobeat artist, do they know who Nice is? I mean, someone who Nice, they won't know who Nice is, but he's a pioneer. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. So it's hard. Someone like Wizkid ghosted, but he stayed relevant. He either did like a brand, he was there.
Collaborations.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, it has to be said that Wande Cole is one of the greatest
and he can sing
singers vocally out of Africa, not even Nigeria. He's one of the pioneers of Afrobeats, Afropop music. One of the biggest success stories from Mohit Records. His debut album remains an Afrobeats classic.
Yeah.
Mushe to Mohit.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world is an
bumper
absolute
to bumper
classic of an Afrobeats record. Nobody can doubt his vocal range, his vocal ability, and the talent that he possesses. He is one of the few Afrobeats artists that if he gets on stage for the next 1.5 hours, I can guarantee everybody in the audience is dancing and celebrating alongside him. Now, with regards to questions whether he's underrated or giving his flowers enough, I think that also comes with the team. It comes with, exposure. It comes with PR. It comes with media relations. It comes with a lot of other questions. Brand affiliation that also propels your brand and shows people that this is what you have done, this is what you are doing, and this is what you can do. And that way it keeps you in a conversation when people like us are constantly just dragging our heads about Wiz, Burner, whatever. Everybody will tell you that Wande Cole's seat is completely different on that table. But the problem is there the team around Wande Cole to ensure that his work, his past, his present, his future is being celebrated enough? That's where the question is. Being misunderstood on Twitter, sometimes he might feel like the fans, because we know what the fans are like on Twitter.
Yeah.
And sometimes people in the media might hit him up with 1 or 2 negative stuff. Trust me, the people that know about music, Wande Cole, you are not misunderstood. We understand you word for word, bumper to bumper, vocal to vocal. You are an icon.
Yeah.
However, we need to ensure that the right team is in that camp, making sure that his exploits are celebrated by the rest of the world. And again, you have to, just as you've said, to fast forward to 2020, the Afropop pot is full of talent with a lot of mixtures in there. Now we've got young people coming up. There are people, dozens of people who have publicly said that Wande Cole is the reason they sing.
Everyone says that.
To Oxley,
he says that.
Fireboy.
He sounds like him.
All of them have given Wande Cole the credit.
I think it's the new fans that are missing. I think it's the new fans because, like I said, music evolves. So something like his song Again, which is my favorite song, it's like on my Spotify list, like the most played song.
Again, it's crazy.
But it's different to Bumper to Bumper.
It's
very different. When back in the day, when was into Bumper to Bumper, I didn't think he would do a song like Again.
I think his album Wanted, which a lot of was co-produced and backing vocals by the likes of Malik Berry. That album to me is still one of the greatest albums out there.
It is.
That
sound is a bit different now. So I think just the new fans, they don't. I think it's the new fans. They don't know. You people don't know.
Yeah, but that's why sometimes a lot of us have to take the responsibility. Just as I went on a Twitter rant,
it's true.
2 days ago,
Yeah.
having to say that this is what has happened in the past. These are the moments where things change for us. These are the people that stepped up from Two-Face, from Awilo to Magic System to Two-Face to Castro to Sarkodie to Whiskey, P-Square, D'banj, Banky W, One Day Cole, and then we got to like the Wizkids and Davidos and Burna Boys and all of these young cats. Before that, we had a history of musicians from 5-5 to Castro to Stage A, and then we switched lane with P-Square, Nice, the band, and these are the people that have done stuff. Yes, we are now in the worlds of the Yemi Alades, the Tiwa Savages, but before that, there were people that kicked the door open.
I think it's
ODG.
They have to stay relevant. It's hard. We've been talking about this the whole day, and it's good that there's a topic. It's the same. It's hard. He could be going. It's just hard. Like you have to stay relevant. It's not easy to constantly churn out music. You get music burn. So if you stop releasing music, you now have to think of something that's going to still keep you relevant. So even though Wizkid didn't release an album for 6 years, something like that, he was doing Puma, he was doing JD, he was there, he did
got some
concerts, collaborations, he was doing hooks for do you know what I mean? Concerts, he was doing that. So it's unfortunate that he just needed to probably stay relevant. I think that was what it was. He needed to, and it goes down to the team. I don't know if he has a team, whoever his manager, publicist, whatever. They can be, okay, cool. You don't want to make music right now? Let's just go on a tour, because you can do a Mush into Mo Hits tour. It will pack out.
And apart from that, that's another thing. A lot of the Afrobeats artists, people like Wande Cole, Mush into Mo Hits, people like Sean Tizo with the album The Journey. You can do album tours right now. And you will bring out the thousands of people that love that album at the time. I've said it a million times before.
Because Wizkid's concert, I just want to listen to Superstar. I'm not going to lie to you.
Thing.
I don't want to listen to Maiden Levels.
Some people want to listen to Superstar. Some people want... So you can decide that, you know what? One Day Cole is doing a Mushi to Mo Hits tour, Europe and United States of America.
It will be big.
It will be mad.
Period. And just adding a bit of the Mavens,
songs.
Bringing some of the Mavens, it will be big.
So people need to start thinking about that. And apart from that, one day, if you had the opportunity to have met One Day Cole personally, I personally believe he's one of the funniest people out there. It's ridiculous. If you meet him in close quarters, you will be rolling on the floor. He is a jester. He has, he's acting different personalities. He's trying to... So there are different sides to the entertainment business that whilst you want to take a break from music, you could have found somehow.
That's what Don Jazzy does.
Today,
Don Jazzy on Instagram.
No, man, Don Jazzy.
That guy is the funniest man ever.
No, Don Jazzy deserves a special mention. Today I saw him post a video where I think it's some of his young female staffs at the records that were doing some skits where they were dancing, and he tried to dance and it was funny. But what I put a message underneath that video to say Don Jazzy is one of the most successful people in entertainment business. He's one of, if not the most iconic Afrobeats producer in the world. He is very, very wealthy. Yet, this man still takes the time out, not only to show his funny side and human side to his audience, but also to find subtle ways of promoting his artist content, because the music in the background was the Remas.
Yeah, he does that,
And if Don Jazzy can take the time out to do that much...
It's moving with the times. A lot of these people don't know how to use Instagram. He knows how to use a reel.
From this guy.
Be moving from the times. He's too funny. And he keeps relevant. I can't remember the last... if Rema wasn't here, I can't remember the last track of Don Jazzy, but he's still relevant because of his Instagram.
And the minute there's a post-up that you see of Don Jazzy, guess what? We want to see...
Because he's going to make me laugh, And then I want to listen to the song.
Absolutely.
He even promotes it to other people. When he did his thing of Infinity, Olamide and Omalay.
To LAX, to everybody, Don Jazzy, his door is open for you to come in and for him to use his platform, which is almost 10 million followers on Instagram, to push your platform. That is an example of not only a leader, an icon, a pioneer, but also somebody that tries to engage with the times and just take that time and do other stuff. So that's what people should be doing. And hopefully the people around Wande Cole can seize on the multiple talents that he has and showcases it one way or another to the world. And if it is that the brother just needs a little bit of help and support to get himself back to where he's supposed to be, then get him there. Get him that help. Well, finishing this week's episode with Shopsy Do's and Don'ts, where we look at some of the great and not so great highlights of the past week. First up is Cash App singer Bella Shmurda seen apparently intoxicated and high on stage whilst performing for fans. That's definitely a Shopsy don't, isn't it?
Shameful. This is the point. You're too young and you're too early in the game to be doing things like this. It's just, I don't understand why you go and perform and you're just intoxicated. Some people have a bit of alcohol
Yeah, but this is not the first time that we've discussed this, particularly with male performers within the Afrobeats
Everyone
industry,
just has follow.
where a lot of people haven't really taken care of themselves.
Yeah.
And they've appeared on stage drunk and high. Hence why we talk about the women. We've still never seen a drunk female superstar on stage.
Never.
Yemi
could never.
She could never. Yeah, that's the thing.
Impossible.
You would never.
Respect yourself.
But again, once again, it was said that Bella had admitted last year that he had problems with alcohol and drugs in the past. And
they're
stuff
too
like
young
that.
to be doing that, though.
Yeah, so maybe this was probably...
But it goes back to the team, like we always say. Do you know what I mean? Yemi has a strong team. You'd scold her.
Yeah, everybody.
Do you know what I mean?
Everybody
he might not have a team, and he might. Maybe the people around him are just like clout chasers or like his brethren that are not really caring. So they're not really telling him what he's doing is wrong. When you get into the industry, get a strong team so they can lead you to the right direction.
Finally, next is viral video of British Ghanaian singer. I think I pronounced it well. Kiai Dakwa. Hopefully I did. With covers to Lupita and Burna Boy's Bank on It. She posted both videos on her page doing the covers and instantly received reposts by celebrities. I as well posted on my platform, giving her mileage for something as simple as sharing a video of herself showcasing her talent. Definitely a Shopsy do.
Love it.
How many times have we encouraged artists to try to just post something?
Just
you
post.
never know what's going to go.
It. Yeah.
And that when she actually sent me a DM saying thank you for sharing my stuff on your content, which I think was classy as well.
Wow.
And that wraps up this week, of course, of the Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get that. And again, big shout out to Yanga TV. We're there every Saturday, 7:30 p.m. and Monday at 7 p.m. Until next time, it's peace for myself and my incredible guest who always has a lot to say. I am Maurice, the
See
PR
you later. Thanks for having me.
extraordinaire. We will be getting you on another time.
Oh, God.
Definitely.
Do you need me?
Once again, thank you very much for joining us. And it's peace. And we out.
Right. Right. Right.